Warning. This video will contain spoilers and opinions not for the faint of heart. If you find yourself convulsing, frothing at the mouth, and feeling a surge of angry or offended emotions, then leave, because you are a fuckwit. Or you have a serious medical condition, you should probably see a doctor for any of these issues. Wanna know something that no one ever saw coming? A batshit crazy scientist that captured 10,000 people in a game and forced them to fight for their lives as they have a bomb attached to their heads. Yes, we are talking about Sword Art Online. One thing that I always loved about this series was the start was so strong, and yet somehow they managed to maintain a constant failure from the second half onwards. So let's jump into the random crap that fills my life with depression. Sword Art Online. 10,000 players make it into the game at launch, which is quite a shit launch if you ask me. I mean, look at Atlas. They expected only, 5,000 people, and they got way over that many just trying to log in. Such success, am I right? Nah, that's a joke. Calm your passions. Anyway, with flashy swordplay and kinky stone-throwing skills, Kirito quickly makes a friend named Klein. Klein is good, until his thirst for girls shows through when Kirito mentions his little sister. But soon after, an ominous bell rings out. What could that be? Oh, don't worry, it's only your friendly developer Kayabaki Hiko teleporting our fresh players into the starting town to let them know they're all absolutely fucked. And this is probably the kindest way to put it. He decides to tell them that they are going to be trapped in the game until it is completed. All 100 levels of Aincrad. But there's a twist. No respawn. Shocker that a mad developer who wanted to game specifically for himself dragged thousands of lives in with him just for the sake of his own entertainment. But wait, Klein does actually have a point. You could just unplug the mysterious nerve gear to prevent the microwave radiation from frying your brain like a zombified Gordon Ramsay. But Kirito then mentions there's a battery. Oh no, goddamn those endless power batteries. Moving on, 213 people are dead already, and shown to everybody through news articles and reports all around the country. This is important to remember, trust me. But at least we get to see an early start to a blossoming bromance. Aww, how cute! From this point on, it only gets better though, as this is where my actual interest was caught. A girl comes into the story. Offering a kind hand, Kirito parties up with this chick only to find out that she was possibly one of the most emo girls in the game. Lucky you, Kirito. They find out about the big red doggo boss, and decide that they should probably go and fight it as soon as possible, underleveled or not. When they arrive, the main leader, who shows excellent skills in leadership, coordination and planning, throws his life away with Kirito willing to save him. What an absolute fanny! Go and be a fucking cool guy in the real world. Shit. But the show must go on. The fight continues. Asuna is revealed and she is quite the beauty. Sparkles and long hair, Kirito gets his digital boner, and suddenly finds the effort to fight and win the day for everyone. Yay for them, right? Nope, because it turns out that Kirito already had all the information necessary to beat Clifford the Big Red Dog, which made people rather pissed off. He takes the opinions of everybody else on the chin as he accepts his new name, a beta, a combination of beta tester and cheater. Gotta love that imagination, right? However, Asuna tries to remain as neutral as she can in spite of everybody else being butthurt. But the next episode is where it gets better. For us, not for Kirito. Kirito lies about his level, not only getting everybody in the guild killed that he was kindly invited to, but also the girl that he fell for. You poor stupid bastard. But it's okay, because in 5 more episodes, it's going to start looking up. Then there was the cute little girl episode. Fuck, that episode was boring. To summarise, Pet dies, he confesses to being a sister lover, revives Pet. Although, one good thing does actually happen. We find out Kirito's actual level. He is so strong that not even an entire party could take him down. Not only that, but the players that attacked him were so dumb as to claim there is no proof that people will die in real life if they die in game. When in reality, the madman himself showed the news articles and videos to everyone. See why I said that this was important to remember? Just a little bit further on, we then see Asuna, who has been trolled by Kirito so many times that her natural instinct is to be annoyed at him. Kirito leaves and decides to relax in a field, right up until Asuna wakes him up and calls him a lazy twat. He then offers her the chance to join him, and to his surprise, she did. So he took a little nap into the afternoon, and she slept all the way into the evening. Who's lazy now? But she did what a dog would normally do, fart herself awake. Only she actually sneezes instead. Looks like someone contracted a virus, am I right? Okay. Upon realising that Kirito was watching over her, she for some reason angrily dictates that he will have one meal with her. We soon learn who wears the pants in that newly founded relationship. Next up we have an entire episode dedicated to a friend-zoned blacksmith. Then the real action begins! The biggest, most badass boss yet that we actually get to see in the anime from the 100 floor bosses available. A big blue goat with a pet snake. How amazing is that? The Gleam Eyes in all honesty was one of the most epic fights yet, which saw a large raid party go against a massive ferocious beast. They started to lose terribly until Kirito, our edgelord of shitty decisions, finally realised something to win the day. He has 2 hands, which must mean that he can wield another sword! Who would have guessed that is what the other hand could be used for? He takes this new skill and dominates, almost sacrificing his life in the process, claiming victory for the day. But his troubles don't end here. He wanted to relinquish Asuna from her guild, only Heathcliff, the leader of the guild, said, "Fuck no, fight me!" And so Kirito agreed. And for one horrible fight scene later, Kirito became Heathcliff's bitch. Not long after he joins, however, he comes into contact with a guy I really wanted to avoid mentioning because he was a fucking annoyance, but unfortunately he rears his dirty mug once again in the form of an apology to Kirito for basically being a crazy twat and stalking Asuna. He then goes out on a little stroll with him and another guild member, only to find that he was actually a crazy twat. He killed another guild member and then brought Kirito to that 1 HP dream, until Asuna comes in and saves the day. Hooray for Kirito, but bad news for the crazy twat. He literally gets nailed repeatedly by Asuna and draws him so close to death that she pauses at the last moment, not wanting to take a life. But Kirito, the now rescued edgelord of shitty decisions, jumps up to protect Asuna from an attack from the crazy twat, and then finishes the poor fucker off. So not only did he become a murderer, but no one bats an eye at how easily he came to that choice. She was full HP. It really wasn't necessary. Anyway, after he became a rescued murderous edgelord of shitty decisions, he goes back to her place and has amazing Barbie and Ken fun, until Kirito decides he wants to get married. Are you really that much of an edgelord, Kirito? So after the guild almost killed Kirito and lost Asuna her hubby-to-be, they decide to take a temporary leave of absence. Not that someone trying to kill them would want to make them leave permanently or anything, you know, but to each their own. So they decide to go to the forest where they spend all their savings on a wedding and a house which they will spend very little time in. Typical MMORPGs if you ask me. But here is where Asuna dictates her love to Kirito, both in the game and in the real world. It was unbelievably heartwarming. Right up until the point where they take a walk and kidnap a small child. Her name is Yui, and oh my god, she is adorable. And with that, Asuna forces her to believe that Kirito and herself are her parents, where they all live like a happy family. Or at least until they discover that Yui is actually in fact not real, and a horrible monster capable of destroying anything in the game. Or at least not entirely. She was originally designed to deal with people's emotional balance in the game, but she was unfortunately locked out and left to roam wildly until she could be with the 2 players which she was watching with pure determination and joy, which was Asuna and Kirito. Right before she is callously taken away from us like the selfish producer— Sorry. Personal feelings for adorableness almost got in the way there. But don't worry, she is saved, and now we can continue on with the more important part, seeing as though we get to see her later on in the series. Oh, that's right. The last floor boss that we actually get to see in Aincrad, which is basically the end result of a failed human centipede experiment. However, they do win that fight, and they all decide to take a quick lunch break before they move on. Only Kirito has noticed something, but what could it be? To everyone's shock, Kirito charges at Heathcliff, who is just over half health, to test a theory that only he knows. When he lands his attack, everyone finds out that he is an immortal object. Cheater! At least that's what you would think to yourself. But no, not until you realise that Heathcliff was actually the one and only Kayaba Akihiko. Shocker? Not really. Kayaba Akihiko paralyses everybody in the area, leaving Kirito the only one able to move. He informs Kirito that if he could beat him, he would win the game and release everyone. So they go head to head in a fight, and Kirito starts to lose. That's when Asuna jumps in and loses her life in an attempt to rescue Kirito. She dies in his arms. But Kirito, like the man that he is, stands up and finishes the fight on the losing side. But mysteriously, he beats the game's programming to stay alive long enough to end the life of Kayaba. I honestly wouldn't have expected it. But either way, the end was near and Kirito awakes in the sky to find Asuna stood with him. The world was breaking down as a result of Kirito's strange victory. They reunite in each other's arms as Kayaba Akihiko watches on, notifying them that all 6,147 survivors were successfully logged out and freed of their years of torment. Upon asking why he had done this, he basically started to claim that he loved being a god and wanted a world of his own. The moment Kirito awakes in hospital, a heartfelt moment really set me off. I'm a sucker for a love story, and theirs really hit me where it beats. Which is then spoiled by a grim-looking Kirito wanting to find Asuna as soon as possible. I mean, did you see him? He would be better off to get a little more meat on his bones before someone kills him for being a mob in the game somewhere. However, he does eventually find Asuna, only to find out that she has been permanently trapped in another game. And she was already previously engaged to another person in real life. An arranged marriage. This is unfortunately the part where it gets into the world of Allo or Alfheim Online, and unfortunately there is no real way for me to explain this horrible part in the series, so I will sum it up in just a few words and hopefully it will make you feel at ease. Tentacle porn. But if you would like an honest review instead of sarcastic crap, easily a 6 out of 10. Why? Because as nicely as the story flowed, there were some flaws in the plotline which pretty much spoiled some of it for me. I am a lover of romance, so I was all for Kirito and Asuna, not the friend-zone blacksmith. Who would go for that? But anyway, I thought the animation was beautiful and enjoyable, at least for the first half. If you want me to review any anime that you watch, leave a comment down below, and also let me know what you think of Sword Art Online. I want to also thank Breby. He is currently doing the editing work on my YouTube channel while I work on many other projects, so be sure to visit his Twitch and YouTube channel in the description below to show him some support. Don't forget to subscribe, and thank you so much for watching.